Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Chuckload of Comics, your source for movie reviews, comic book talk, everything happened in the world of fandom over the past 7 days. We break it down for you every single Sunday right here on YouTube. Chuckload of Comics is brought to you by taters. Boil them, mash them, put them in a stew. That's right, taters. It's what's for dinner. We got tons of news we're going to break into this week, guys. It was a really, really big week in the world of fandom. Black Widow may be delayed again. We're going to talk about what came out of Variety about the future of the Black Widow film, and will it hit in 2020? Maybe not. Falcon Winter Soldier suspiciously left absent from the Disney Plus 2020 fall sizzle reel. What does that mean for the future of Falcon Winter Soldier? AntMan 3, we got some major casting announcements for a major villainous role in AntMan 3. We're going to break down all those details. And finally, the big news of the week, SheHulk has finally been cast. We got our first announcement. Who's going to be playing Jennifer Walters in the upcoming Disney Plus She-Hulk series? So tons of stuff we're going to get into here in just a second. Before we get into that, guys, just a reminder, Baltimore Comic-Con. Woohoo! We are mere weeks away. We're about 30-something days away from Baltimore Comic-Con. We mentioned last week on the show that they are the newest convention to be going virtual this year, and they really posted a lot. Their website, they posted a lot of stuff this week with the help of myself. Some big guest announcements that are now up on the website. Brian Michael Bendis, Ultimate Spider-Man himself, Superman. Brian Michael Bendis is going to be showing up, doing a panel live for you, the audience, at Baltimore Comic-Con Live. Mark Waid is coming back to the show. Mark Waid is, Jesus Christ, he's going to talk about so freaking much. A really cool one, Garth Ennis, author of The Boys.
So cool.
Preacher. Garth Ennis is going to be making a very special appearance at Baltimore Comic-Con. Our good friend Susan Eisenberg,
sweet,
Wonder Woman herself, is coming to Baltimore Comic-Con, going to do another, I believe, voiceover panel. I think what they're going to have her do is we're actually going to read comic books, and she's going to be doing it in the voice of Wonder Woman.
Oh, that's so cool.
Very, very, very cool stuff. Bill Sienkiewicz, nice. The artist for New Mutants, the Demon Bear saga. Bill Sienkiewicz, very special appearance at Baltimore Comic-Con. A couple other ones that aren't on the website yet, but Walt Simonson has been announced.
Man.
Walt Simonson, the mighty Thor, the creator of Beta Ray Bill. He's going to be doing a panel. Tom King is coming to Baltimore Comic-Con, I believe, also doing a panel with Joelle Jones. I think they're going to do a Batman Catwoman, I think they're calling it the Streets of Gotham panel.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's super duper exciting. And not 100% official, but I had a conversation with Evil Ted Smith. All you cosplayers out there, you foam builders, Evil Ted Smith is almost assuredly coming to Baltimore Comic-Con. He's going to be doing like a live foam build demonstration. He's also going to be doing meet and greets for all you people who want to meet Evil Ted. He's coming to Baltimore Comic-Con. Tons and tons of stuff. Also announced were the nominees for the Eisner Awards. The Ringo Awards.
Ringo Awards, yes.
Fuck that up. The Ringo Awards, Mike Ringo Awards. If the nominees aren't on the website yet, they will be up as soon as I get off my ass and put them on the website. But that's really cool. So like 26 categories for the Ringo Awards.
Wow.
The nominees are up. The voting is done. Wow, it's really, really exciting stuff.
How cool is that?
Baltimore Comic-Con is October 23rd through the 25th.
Nice.
Totally free for fans, but there will be some fun paid stuff that you can do. There's an opportunity for you to actually participate live in the video panels.
That's so cool.
Which is something nobody has done at any virtual comic book convention.
Gosh.
You can actually purchase a ticket to be on the video panel live at Baltimore Comic-Con. How cool
awesome.
is that? So check it out. It's at BaltimoreComicConLive.com, not BaltimoreComicCon.com, BaltimoreComicConLive.com.
Yes.
So check it out. More guests are being announced every single day. So get excited. Baltimore Comic-Con Live happening at your house.
That's right.
Essentially is how that's going to work. So guys, let's go ahead and get into it, man. We got tons of news we're going to break into, so check it out. This is this week's Nerd News. All right, guys, first big nerd news story of the week. Black Widow, sad to say, may be getting yet another delay.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it sounds like Disney is prepping for another Black Widow delay. The Marvel movie, you remember, was originally set to release in May, so we should have already seen Black Widow, but obviously delayed to November due to the ongoing pandemic. According to Variety, this dropped this week, multiple people with knowledge of the situation say that Disney is, quote, likely to delay Black Widow again.
Why?
Obviously, this comes, as the movie theater industry.
Yeah.
It continues to grapple with the state and local guidelines
That's true.
designed to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Some theaters are open, some theaters aren't open. Tenet didn't exactly thrill theaters and studios
Didn't
with the amount of
drag
money that
people
it made. Even if theaters are permitted to open in certain areas, it's not likely that Black Widow will generate many ticket sales like it would in a post-pandemic world.
That's true.
Thoughts, Shauna? Should they move Black Widow? Is now a good time, given the current position that the MCU is in?
Are they talking about moving it to 2021?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because, moving it to Christmas, I think, would be a disaster because there's already so many things that just got moved.
Wonder
to
Woman
Christmas
moved to
time.
Christmas Day.
Dune is still planning on coming out Christmas. That's just, don't compete against
Escape
that.
Room 2.
Yeah, come on.
Coming to America.
True.
The Free Guy movie with Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds is also going to be in December. I don't see them moving it in December. I think they're just going to move it to 2021. I'm as much as I want to see Black Widow, it just makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it does.
This is an expensive feature. Marvel movies are supposed to generate $1 billion.
That's true.
These days. Now, Black Widow may or may not have made $1 billion, but it's certainly not going to make $1 billion in November.
Yeah, that's true. But what about doing pulling a Mulan and putting it on Disney Plus for paid?
They could. I think
mean-
Mulan gathered like $200 million on Disney Plus. I think was the final report. It's possible. Of all the movies to put on Disney Plus in the MCU, I would say, that would be the one.
Or just at least do a double, have it come out in theaters and available on Disney Plus and just make a little extra money for them.
Yeah. I'm okay putting it off because, we haven't gone into, what are we in, phase 4, phase 5?
Phase 4.
Yeah. This
Illinois,
movie is
at
supposed to kick off phase 4.
Oh,
no,
right,
I'm talking
sorry.
about the MCU.
I thought we were talking
not
about
of COVID.
coronavirus.
So, just slide it.
Yeah.
Let Wonder Woman come out.
Yeah.
Don't try to go head to head with Wonder Woman. That would not be a good idea. So
That's
it hasn't
true.
been delayed at the time of this taping, but it's highly likely, says multiple people with knowledge of the situation, guys. So more on that as it develops. Let us know in the comment section. What do you think about Black Widow? Is it a good idea to move it? Are you upset? Are you okay? Are you fine just waiting to see Black Widow? Let us know in the comments section. Really, really curious what you guys think. Speaking of the MCU, next big nerd news story, Falcon Winter Soldier suspiciously left absent from the Disney Plus 2020 fall sizzle reel.
What
I don't know if you guys saw this yet. It's really, really cool. Disney made like this 2-minute promo trailer, basically their fall schedule of what's going to be hitting Disney Plus before the year is out. It was a really, really cool video. You should check it out if you haven't. Featured in the video were The Simpsons.
Oh, man.
I think season 31 of The Simpsons. The new miniseries, The Right Stuff.
Oh, that sounds
Very
awesome.
excited about that. The folks at Nat Geo, I believe, are putting together a whole new remake of The Right Stuff. Very excited about that.
Oh, man, that's going to
Of
be
course, Mandalorian was on there. It was featured very heavily. WandaVision, interesting enough, was in the fall sizzle reel. So we should be getting WandaVision before 2020.
Okay,
Before 2020 ends.
But that's so weird because wasn't Falcon Winter Soldier supposed to come out before WandaVision?
It was. It was supposed to come out.
What's going on?
I think it was going to be like August. It originally had an August release, but then it just basically took it off. I know they haven't completely finished filming, but they only had a couple days left. Other things that were featured on this thing, it's really cool if you can find it on YouTube. It's the Marvel 616 docu-series that's going to be on Disney Plus is really cool. Once Upon a Snowman.
That's got to be Frozen related, I'm sure.
Frozen related,
right?
I'm sure. X2, one of the greatest X-Men films of all time. Hidden Figures, haven't seen it yet. Very
Nice.
excited that's coming. Eddie the Eagle, lots and lots of stuff was featured. But what wasn't featured, this is the headline, we're finally getting to it, was Falcon Winter Soldier.
Right?
Nothing for Falcon Winter Soldier. Has no release date set
That's so weird.
currently. So is this a definitive, you think, because it wasn't in the fall release, promo that we're not going to see it in 2020?
I have to say yes.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they? That was like one of their biggest shows that they were pushing before Disney Plus even started.
Yeah.
It came out. It was Falcon Winter Soldier, Mandalorian, and WandaVision. And now the fact that it's just off of their sizzle reel and they put things in like The Simpsons and Hidden Figures and Eagle, whatever that was,
Eddie the Eagle.
Eddie the Eagle, it just makes me think that no, they're not planning.
Let
on
me
a
ask
20.
you this. Going back to original story, any tie-in between moving of Black Widow and the release of Falcon Winter Soldier? You think there was a tie-in maybe with Baron Zemo or something like that. Maybe there was an introduction of a character that leads right into. I'm thinking maybe something that gets introduced in Black Widow.
I didn't even think about that.
That rolls directly into, because they've already said they're intertwining all the shows and all the movies.
Well, that makes 100% sense.
It does, doesn't it?
They already moved. We already know they moved Black Widow to November.
Yeah.
And so now, if they're thinking about moving it to next year, that's exactly it. That's got to be it.
That's got to be it too.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Yeah, that's a perfectly great theory there, Mr.
Makes
Lindsay.
perfect sense. We know they're intertwining everything. I think we saw that image of Baron Zemo rocking the purple face mask online. We saw, because I mean, just last week they released a new photo of Winter Soldier with his new costume, his new arm. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Why the delay? Are you okay with it? I think, just side note, what a fucked up situation it is that Disney Plus, we're about to get season 2 of Mandalorian is about to drop, and we haven't gotten a single Marvel show.
That's so weird.
It's like, shit, man, I thought we would get Mandalorian, then a bunch of Marvel shows, then another Mandalorian. We haven't gotten squat.
That's something else I didn't even think about. Man, you're just on point today.
All we got was freaking Hamilton and Mulan.
Oh man, like I said, I didn't even think about that, but that makes perfect sense. The tie-in with Black Widow. There's got to be something in Falcon Winter Soldier that's going to be discovered in Black Widow, and that's why they had to push it back.
Or vice versa.
Perfect sense.
One of the two. So guys, what do you think? Are you upset Falcon Winter Soldier's getting bumped? Do you think its absence on the sizzle reel means that they're definitely not going to get it? I personally do. But I don't know. If you haven't checked it out, guys, check it out. It's the Disney Plus 2020 fall release promo video. It's really, really cool. You can see it on YouTube. Third and not quite final nerd news story of the week, AntMan 3. We got some major casting announcements this week.
This is good.
It was announced. Our first big part of this story is that Lovecraft Country star Jonathan Majors will play, quote, a major role in the film. Before we get into who that character is, right? That's funny. Shawnee, your thoughts on the news just of Jonathan Majors joining the cast?
I think it's amazing. I don't know if you guys are all watching Lovecraft Country, but it's a pretty fun show.
It's pretty cool.
Great. I don't know what he did before this, but
me neither.
But he's great in the show, and I love that character. And I'm just he's will fit perfectly in the MCU.
He is an awesome. He's the show stealer of Lovecraft Country. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Not the best show in the world, but highly entertaining, and he's absolutely phenomenal. Well, the studio had no comment, but sources close to the project say he is likely to play the supervillain Kang the Conqueror.
What?
Frickin' how huge is that? Two major Jonathan Majors and Kang the Conqueror.
Oh my gosh.
Coming to AntMan 3, which doesn't have a release date yet, by the way, but sources add that, like with so many new characters in the MCU, there could be a twist with how the characters featured in the films, but as of now, he is likely to be one of the main villains in the next installment in the franchise. I'd go one step further and say Kang is probably going to be a major villain in the entire MCU.
Yeah.
I think he's not just going to play, I don't think it's going to be a one-and-done appearance by Kang just in Ant-Man 3. I think it's going to be an introduction, and I think he is going to play a massive role in the future of the MCU.
Absolutely. You and I were talking about this earlier, but that's your segue into bringing mutants back to Marvel.
Well, I wanted to get to that. So if you don't know anything about Kang, I mean, he is a time-traveling entity. Battles with everybody from Thor to Spider-Man, the entire Avengers team. Kang's a major, major player in the MCU. Or just in Marvel Comics in general. But yeah, going back to that little theory that's floating around there about Kang. Kang has been known to go back to ancient Egypt. He's had dealings with Apocalypse. I believe he went back and became a god back in ancient Egypt. I can't remember exactly the storyline behind that. But ties to ancient Egypt is pretty cool because we know who comes from ancient Egypt.
This guy.
The very first mutant, freaking Apocalypse.
Right.
So here's my theory. Here's how I see it happening, how they could introduce mutants into the MCU using Kang. This is not how it worked in the comics at all.
Sure.
But I say you introduce Kang, you have your Ant-Man 3, time traveling, multiverse hopping, all that cool shit. I see at the end of the movie, Kang escapes. He escapes by going back into time, goes back to ancient Egypt, and somehow using Pym particles or something, quantum crap goes down, and he actually plants the seed that starts Apocalypse. Apocalypse is the first mutant. So he goes back in time. He kind of creates Apocalypse either on purpose or completely fucking by accident. And then the credits roll. Post-credit sequence
is the birth of Apocalypse.
Is there like
kind of thing?
I'm thinking it cuts back to the present day Ant-Man and stuff. Because if he goes back in time, sets in motion the birth of mutants. Post-credit sequence is, Hank Pym maybe walking down the street. Where the fuck did Kang go? And then you walk by and you see a little sign on the wall that says like "No more mutants" or "Death to mutants" or something like that. Or they come across a big,
Kevin Feige,
picket
are you
lines
listening to this?
of "Death to mutants." And you're like, what the fuck is this? And then bam. Now mutants just automatically exist. You just introduced mutantdom into the MCU.
So awesome.
And Kang's going to be the perfect player.
This is so cool. I'm so excited for this movie because due to the time traveling and all that, this is going to be the multiverse setup that we need. And
I think so.
It's going to be awesome.
I think so.
Oh my god.
And I think Kang's going to carry on into the Eternals. You can carry on into everything. You can carry on into the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 3, 2.
He could be our new Thanos.
He could be the new Thanos, or at least set in motion another supervillain that becomes the new Thanos. So very, very exciting.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Kang the Conqueror. This could have massive implications. Still no release date for AntMan 3, but get excited. Any news is good news.
Right?
And Jonathan Majors, awesome.
Great casting.
Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Does the apocalypse theory hold water? Is it total bullshit? Sound off, as they say in the comment section. So, last big nerd news story of the week. This was obviously the biggest news that dropped this week. She-Hulk.
Yes.
Finally, we got a casting for She-Hulk, one of Disney Plus Marvel's most anticipated shows. She-Hulk. It was announced last year that I believe it was at D23 or maybe San Diego Comic-Con that they were working on a She-Hulk series. They also talked about series like Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, tons of new series. But She-Hulk was the one that I am super duper excited
Absolutely.
about. Fans have been speculating this whole time about possible casting. I've heard the Alison Brie name was kind of tossed around there. I liked Betty Gilpin. People talked about Rosario Dawson. Who did you like for She-Hulk?
Jessica Biel. I wanted Jessica Biel so bad,
Shauna.
but
well,
it's okay.
Unfortunately, we don't get Jessica Biel. It was announced this week that 4-time Emmy nominee, 1-time Emmy winner for Best Actress in a Drama Series, Orphan Black, Tatiana Maslany will be playing the lead role. I've never seen Orphan Black, but I understand she crushes it. She got nominated 4 times, won an Emmy, I believe won a Golden Globe, or at least got nominated for her role in Orphan Black. I know her from the HBO series. She played Sister Alice on Perry Mason.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched Perry Mason. That was great. It's a great period piece. It's just so much fun, and she was fantastic in it.
Check out Perry Mason.
Yeah,
man. I highly recommend it. It's Perry Mason. Just not to go off a rant here, but it's Perry Mason before he becomes the lawyer Perry Mason. He's just like a private eye, and throughout the course of this show, you see him start to follow the law.
Right.
Awesome show, and she plays Sister Alice amazingly.
Yeah.
She absolutely crushes it. Never really saw her as She-Hulk because I only knew her from this one role.
Yeah.
But everybody I know that watched Orphan Black say that she's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I think she plays like 16 different characters in Orphan Black.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
So she's very much a good character actor.
I know we heard Robert Meyer Burnett say, sometimes you always have visions of who you think should play a character, but then when they actually make the casting decision, you just look at it and go, duh, that's perfect.
Kind of like Jonathan Majors is Kang the Conqueror. I can see it right now. It's
but
perfect.
I wouldn't have thought of that. But yeah, that's so good.
So your thoughts on the casting? You're cool with it?
I think it's great. I'm totally fine with it. Like I was just saying, I had my own picks, but I'm not, it's not one of these casting times that you're going, what the hell are you thinking? It's just perfect. I love it.
Let me ask you this. Any chance, and this is just total random theory or thought, any chance they'll cast a different actor to play the fully hulked out Jennifer Walters, like Lou Ferrigno style?
No.
Maybe she, or
Nope. There's just CGI is just a thing now. I mean, look at Mark Ruffalo. It's like, no.
Yeah.
it's going to be her. Why would they do that?
I don't know. Because you don't have to do it all CGI?
Yeah, but Hulk is larger than life. You can't really have an actual person like Lou Ferrigno anymore. I mean, that was pre-CGI, so that's just my opinion.
Sure, that's not the case. You don't get a 4-time Emmy nominated person and just because she's going to be walking around as Hulk quite a bit. I hope. Yeah. I hope it's not just her walking around as Jennifer Walters not hulked out. I want to see Hulk in the courtroom. I want to see all that cool stuff.
And that's another good reasoning for not recasting the Hulk is because Jennifer Walters' Hulk, She-Hulk, is different in the sense where she keeps her intelligence.
Right.
She keeps her. So it's still Jennifer in just hulked out.
You think she'll wear a purple and white leotard?
I sure hope so. That's the costume, man.
I don't know if she'll be wearing a purple and white leotard. Maybe she will. Maybe the first time she hulks out will be like she's coming, I don't know, from the gym or something. just for fun, kind of like they did with Luke Cage.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's still no release date for She-Hulk. It's likely going to be 2 years before we ever see this series, especially the way Disney Plus is going.
Right, no kidding.
We're going to be on Mandalorian season 5 before we get our first MCU show on Disney Plus. So guys, let us know in the comment section, what do you think about Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk? We'd love to hear in the comment section. Guys, that's our whole show. What a week. What a crazy week. Just a reminder, guys, Baltimore Comic-Con. Go check it out. BaltimoreComicConLive.com. Happens October 23rd through the 25th. Tons of great guests coming to Baltimore Comic-Con Live. Streaming in real time to a device, to a pocket, and near you. So anyway, guys, have a fantastic week, guys. This has been the Chuckload of Comics Show. Very, very busy, bulky show. I'm rambling, so I'm just going to say goodbye. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you here next week.
Bye-bye.